After a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Rams. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
They'll start by running the option to the right. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Nobody leaked. Big play. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And the Rams had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun, Ingram. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll go down. Getting this inside the 30.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Minnesota.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Odafe Oweh. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Well, Brad, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. That's caught by Howard. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
And he'll go down at the 28. They'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
Okay, I'll admit it. I'm a little surprised by that call. 2nd and inches. It did what it was intended, but it felt like it was a free play waiting to happen. I thought they might take a shot.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. A first carry now. This is Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
He'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell. And the ball is knocked out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And now off to the races, down the right side, past the 20. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Oh, and now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a give, running left is Harris. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Jackson. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Rams use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun now on third down. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Now Jackson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe. So it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright. And this will remain a one-touchdown game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defensive player with some confidence, haven't allowed a point yet, flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. On first down, Ingram. They're going back to the same well. It's Hawkinson again. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Well, this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll try to run for the 1st with Henry. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Henry is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Well, I think Josh Norman can sympathize. He knows a little something about a run like this from Derrick Henry. I mean, that stiff arm might be the best in the business.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We'll see that Josh Norman play forever and ever, won't we? Because at Derrick Henry's size, 6'3", nearly 250, you know he's not shying away from contact. And here he just kept the defender at arm's length as he barreled his way into the end zone. I mean, just put that arm into the chest, and there he goes.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1. It's now 3rd down.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Play action. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Young. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 21. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 3rd down, Ingram. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Operating from the gun, Ingram. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Evans has it left side. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
The wide receiver, the ball carrier, brought down just shy of the goal line. A gain of 4 yards brings up 4th down and goal.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Gay now set to kick it off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise.
Ingram churning. He lost the football, but this this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
Well, this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Well, right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion for us there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Back to throw. Ingram. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hawkinson. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw again. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 30 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Rams take away the 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free possession game.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson.
He'll get this one complete to Atwell.
The 30. 10.
And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run. 65 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On the give, this is Harris. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Rashad Bateman.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Rams have got it back to within a score.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard
line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Jet sweep. Here's Bateman.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only second down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up third down.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Rams have retaken a third-quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Picked off by Ronald Darby.
And the Rams are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about throwing to his backup.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's the option, running right, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
From the gun, Jackson. They're going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. And the Vikings will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts him in a pretty good spot for second down. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Throwing on first down. Ingram. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Young. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Vikings first down.
Back to throw again. This is caught by Evans. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On 1st and 10, Ingram. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead.
24. Rams 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Harris running straight ahead, and he'll fight forward on the straight ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They go play action with Jackson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Here we go. Here we go.
A first down carry for Henry.
50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Ingram. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Mike Evans with career touchdown number 109. That ties him with Barry Sanders on the all-time NFL list. And the Vikings will add to their 4th quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, Charles, you remember their last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it, but you understand why they did in this close game late. Now, though, the road back is even tougher.
Yeah, no doubt about it, and it was fair to look back and say the 4th down was a moment where this one was decided. But as you mentioned, understandable about why they went for it. But, hey, a lot of credit to the guys on the defensive side of the ball. They knew they'd have to defend in that situation, and they got it done.
Oh.
Jackson on 1st down. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Jackson.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Tanner Muse in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Thomas.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
That's the third time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off for big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Jackson
Steps away. And he rifles one incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Here's Jackson.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Vikings are going to get the football back at their own 17. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Ingram flush to his right. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Calling a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Ingram. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Throwing again. Ingram. He's going to let it go again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by David Long. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
He's going to try and go deep again. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. Like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles. They had to heave it and hope, but the Hail Mary ultimately intercepted, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and you never want to be in a situation where your entire game comes down to throwing a jump ball as far as you can. But in that situation, you want to loft it up and hope one of your guys can win in the air. This time, though, this is the defender who got up there, and that was the end of the ball game. Close them throughout. One team just had a little bit more at the end than the other.
So for the Vikings, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.